Summer in the hills, those hazy days I do remember. We were running still, had the whole world at our feet, watching seasons change. Our roads were lined with adventure, mountains in the way couldn't keep us from the sea. Here we stand, open arms. This is home where we are, ever strong in the world that we made. I still hear you in the breeze, see your shadows in the trees, holding on, memories never change.
All
Hey,
righty.
can get
All right. Hello, viewers, both current and in the future. Hello to my players. Welcome to the Tales of Pageos. Before we get back to our little recap, let's have our players introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Mira.
Hi, I'm Noodle.
I am Chum.
And I'm Echo.
And this various band of misfits have seemingly stumbled into momentous times, or at least momentous events, due to their originally starting in Looter's Haven led them to start chasing down the path of an ancient artifact known as a Sphere of Heaven. With that investigation ongoing, they've gone to the city of Crow Harbor, which is on one of the larger islands in the archipelago. Within the city, they have quickly found themselves under the watchful eye of a local criminal organization after they asked one too many questions, and have since then been told with no little violence to either leave or be made an example of. after the ensuing fight, where Mira went down, but many of the opposing criminals were killed. The party then split up and ran away, trying to avoid the guards. In doing so, and in splitting up, they have managed to find themselves in various places throughout the city, with two of their members, Mira and Chum, being arrested and currently being locked within the guardhouse. With that, is there anything else that you guys want to ask questions of or mention before we go? Alrighty. With that, we will come back. It is currently late afternoon by this point. Mira and Chum have been locked away into their cell. You have food and drink provided for you. You are in a fairly comfortable cell, if you recall. One's usually meant for a group, but in this case, it's just for the two of you. And you're fairly comfortable where you are for being in a cell. Echo, I believe you were outside in the streets near the guardhouse, kind of trying to keep an eye and figure out what to do. And Noodle, you were hiding on your ship, the Svart Van, because the local guards of the town have placed the ship on lockdown. No one on or off without permission from the guards or being escorted by the guards. With that being y'all's current situation, is there anything that you all want to do the rest of this afternoon into evening?
No.
Nope.
Okay, so sit and wait and figure things out. All right.
Yeah.
So, with this, we will have everyone. I'm assuming, Echo, you find a place to rest nearby. It may not be great for your body resting on whatever you find, but it is better than nothing. And with that, you all will get a long rest. And we will come back to the morning. In the morning, Mira and Chum, you are both brought a breakfast with a murmured instruction that to be patient, but someone is coming to meet you today. So it has been left vague on who, but apparently you have attracted the attention of somebody within the city that is coming to meet you, other than the guard captain who you've already talked to. Echo, as far as you were able to tell, based on, I assume, your surveillance throughout the night, you can't find out where Mira and Chum exactly are in the guardhouse. It's really difficult for you to be able to tell because almost all of the windows are, if not arrow slits, then barred and makes it preventing for people to get in and out via getting in and out of the windows.
Right.
Noodle, you are, since the crew know you're there, you are brought food and such in the morning, so you are having a relatively okay morning for all that you are freaking out over not knowing what's happening to anybody else. But it does not take long, only about an hour or two into the morning, when a group of guards, this is actually a larger group of guards than the ones who brought you to the cell. It looks to be 4 guards have come to the cell and have kind of posted themselves outside. You're going to come with us.
Alrighty.
With that, they open the gate, or open the door, and allow you out. They are basically having a box formation around you, like one guard on each of the 4 corners, as they escort you down this hallway back towards the guard captain's office. Once you are within the guard captain's office, you see the guard captain there that tall human who remains staring out the window. It seems to be a pastime of his, maybe. But you also see a relatively tall halfling. This halfling is actually about the size of a large dwarf, so very tall for a halfling. She. Sorry about that. Give me 1 second. She looks to be a middle-aged female. Very serious clothing. Very official and not pretentious, surprisingly, for what you've seen of the rich part of this town, but very official and very well kept, and like not a piece of it out of place. And she is somewhat stout in her posture. So,
Not anybody was at the party I attended, was it?
no.
Okay.
She seems to be standing with her arms behind her back, waiting with her chin high. And as soon as you enter the room, Chum, you will notice that she gives you a once down, like a glance up and down, almost like she's judging you, like getting a measure of your mettle, if you will. And as you come in, and so does Mira, she does the same thing to Mira. I am to understand that you are two of the members who have caused such disruption in our streets.
Defending ourselves, I suppose you could say.
I am well aware that you are defending yourselves, however, disruptions be a disruption. But that is an answer in the affirmative. Very well. I am Iotina Deepstride. I am the mayor of Crow Harbor.
Very nice to meet you. Parts of your city, or most of your city, is rather nice.
Well, we do what we can. Now, I am to understand that you did not cause this disturbance, but
That is correct.
you seem to be targeted for some reason. What is it?
We were sent to speak with a man that apparently some people might not want us to speak with.
Who is this man?
That I do not know. We only have a description of him.
Describe him.
Oh, Mira, do you recall his exact description?
I've suffered a blow to the head recently.
We have
At this point, Gordon turns around from the window. They were unable to give a proper description when I asked them. It seems to be one of their other members of their group has the portrait that they are going off of. Very well. Where is this other member?
Don't know. We've been in here. We got separated up during the melee.
I guess that is fair enough. You said that you are searching for this man. What did he do? What are you searching for him for? Why are you searching for him?
For work.
Mark? Work that will take you off my city? Off this island?
It will.
You have no idea where the others are?
Not at this time.
No. Oh, that was to me. No, Mayor. We do not know where the other two are, nor where the other criminals that attacked them It was discovered sometime during the night that there is a dead body a few alleys away. But based on the general descriptions, we know it to be one of the lieutenants. Other than that, we do not know where the rest of this disturbance fled to. Very well. What do you have to say for yourself? Are you going to continue to cause disturbances?
We're not trying to cause any kind of disturbance, but it does seem you have a problem here that you may need help with.
In what way do you mean?
The number of troublemakers seems to be slightly high.
That is not under your purview, and we are not looking for help at this time. I appreciate the offer. In this case, with this incident, I am inclined to just get you off of my island, out of the city. I imagine if we let you go, you will be able to find your other members.
I certainly hope so.
Well then, my official ruling for this is I want you to complete your business and leave my city. And if you ever come back, I want it to be known ahead of time. I.e., you come into the harbor and you tell us that who you are and what happened last time, so that we can at least be more prepared if you run into some local color again.
I have no problem with that.
Very well. I see no reason to keep them. They were not the ones at fault, and although they did run, that they had injured members, I can understand that. As you wish, Mayor. You will be free to go. Know that if you or any other members of our party cause a disturbance, then all of these previous disturbances, this previous disturbance and the charges that are not being pressed right now will come back into play. Do you understand?
Not a problem.
This is Gordon speaking. All right. Do you have any further questions for them, Mayor? No, I have a business meeting I must get to in an hour. Take care of them, get them their belongings, let them leave, and leave my city as soon as possible, as soon as your work is done.
Thank you very much, madame.
And she walks past you and out the door. And you see a brief moment of what looks to be like Gordon not controlling himself like he normally does, as he raises his hand and pinches the bridge of his nose. All right. You heard the lady? Go gather your belongings, the guards will bring them to you, and get out of here. I meant what I said. If you are in any way involved in more disturbances, more deaths specifically, then all of these previous charges will be brought up again.
I'm just gonna
Not
nod
a
and turn away.
He glares at Mira specifically with his only good eye, and then turns back to the window. Release them.
Sir, if I may ask,
Yes.
if we find our party member with the portrait, might we be able to come back here and show it to you?
I will.
Maybe you would know them?
Unlikely, but if you bring the portrait here, I will have it passed around amongst the gods. If this is truly a man of the criminal element, we may or may not have run into him and recognize him.
Alrighty. It would be good to know who we're dealing with, because it has caused quite some problems for our transportation.
As I understand. You may go.
Thank you, sir.
You are relatively quickly led to your gear and then shown the door.
All right. So, do you think Noodle went to the inn or to the ship?
Well, I think
Echo.
she would have been captured at the inn. So, I would imagine she's somewhere on the ship.
All right, let's go find her. And I suspect Echo will find us.
Echo, I am assuming you have resumed your watch over the guardhouse.
Yep.
Okay. You would have seen earlier this day a well-guarded halfling woman who was relatively tall for a halfling, as previously mentioned. Escorted, well, not so much escorted as more just a series of bodyguards for her as she imperiously walked from the rich part of the city to this guardhouse, and entered. And not too long after that, she walks out again with the same retinue, speaking over her shoulder to one of them. "No, I do not need a carriage. My legs are perfectly fine. They may be shorter than yours, but they can work." And she walks away. Like 5-10 minutes after that, you see Mira and Chum are being escorted out of the building and to the edge of the enclosed courtyard. Well, enclosed practice yard. As they are released, they begin walking. They are not talking nearly as loudly as that halfling woman was, so you may or may not have caught their words, but they do appear to be walking towards the docks, at least towards the northern end of the city.
He continues tailing them at a distance.
All right. Noodle. Well, actually, no. Hold, Noodle. Mira and Chum, you both make it to the docks. And as you're walking up to the docks, coming from behind you, moving at a brisk pace, is 2 city guards who, you momentarily pause, are they coming for us? And then they walk past you and begin yelling to the guards who are all around your ship. "The ban on travel is lifted. Let them up. Let them on." Immediately, the guards begin to pack up and move on from their guard positions around the ship. You are free to do as you wish.
I think Chum and I are just walking pretty quickly towards the ship, trying to find Noodle. I'm gonna be looking
right.
around while we walk, just to see if I can catch sight of our mouse friend anywhere.
Go ahead and roll me your perception check. 16. Okay. You do not see Noodle. What you do see is there is a number of dock workers and passersby who are giving everything involved in this, like, open stares, right?
So we're being
Um,
gawked at.
Sure. And, but what's more troubling to you is you do see farther down the dock what appears to be somewhat trying to hide a single not a guard, not a dock worker, seeming just in shabby, normal clothing, but very obviously keeping, or not obviously, but very hard trying to keep an eye on you, but also not be spotted while he's doing it.
Without, like, outwardly pointing where he is, I'm just gonna kind of nudge Chum, give a little laugh, and, like, use my eyes to glance in the direction that guy is to, like, give him the vibe to look.
Chum, you have no idea what's going on.
I don't see a thing.
No, and like, to be honest with that role, you don't even know if she's trying to point out something to look at, or if she's just laughing.
Well, she is a mer person. She's a little nutty.
Alright, I guess we're just gonna keep walking.
But as you board the ship, the other two officers approach you. Well, what is all this about? What happened?
Has the captain come back yet?
No. You two are the first other than our quartermaster. And she kind of gives a look around to make sure that the guards are not within earshot as she says that.
Well, ran into a bit of a scuffle with some local scum. They didn't like the outcome.
The scum or the city?
Hey,
Scum of the city, yes.
Madam Mayor let us go, so why are we answering your questions again?
This is
Because
our
I'm your
officer.
boatswain, and I.
Oh,
Want
I
to-
thought it was a Oh! I did
No,
not
this
say
is-
that.
oh
My
my
bad.
This is
That's not about
this is
it.
Keltis. This is Keltis.
When you said guard,
This is your silver dragonborn
my
boatswain.
bad. Never mind.
She nearly died yesterday. Forgive her.
Very well.
Hey! God damn.
Now, I will go fetch Noodle.
Oh, Noodle's
And
here?
She turns. I did say that I could. Never mind. And she walks away. You hear a very deep chuckling from Thrasat. You are going to need to learn to listen with your ears better if you truly want to become any sort of sailing anything.
You're right.
I'm proud to report that the ship is in tip-top shape. No damages or anything from the guards who were here, and all of the maintenance that we needed to do after the voyage has been completed.
Good to hear. Just to give you a heads up, keep an eye out for any shifty-looking people that might be roaming around.
I always do.
We had a particular group that tried to take us down, but didn't succeed, obviously.
I hope you showed them the error of their ways.
Oh, they paid dearly.
Good. And he, with that, turns and walks in underneath below decks.
Yep.
Noodle, you're resting in one of the cabins, your cabin specifically. Well, it's not so much that you have a cabin, but it's more like there's an officer's quarters that all of the officers remain in. Peltus, the Silver Dragonborn, comes in. Two of our fellow crew have returned. The navigator and the gunner.
Oh, Chum and Mira are back?
Yes.
Are the guards still here?
No, the guards have seemingly cleared away from the ship.
Oh. I stand up and I start walking to the door.
I will maintain the ship. And she kind of just stays within that room and goes over to some scrolls and other papers.
Alright. I go out and look for Chum and Mira.
They are on deck. Mira and Chum, you see Noodle just coming up from below decks and immediately spotting you.
Noodle!
It seems you did quite well at evading the guards.
Well, I did travel by rooftops. They couldn't catch me.
Well done. By chance, do you still have that portrait?
I do. And I start pulling it out.
We're gonna
Yeah.
need to take this to the guard captain to show them.
So we're working with the guards now?
Potentially.
I mean, they did try to shoot me. So I
Fair
don't quite
point.
trust them.
Fair point.
Well, they thought we were murdering people in cold blood, so they didn't realize we were defending ourselves.
Oh.
That has that somewhat offends your investigator sensibilities on how that could have happened, but yeah. Echo, you have watched the rest of your crew seemingly appear on the deck of your ship. You are
Yeah,
hiding amongst the docks.
Yeah, well, he's just gonna. He has not reverted back to his regular form, so he's gonna walk onto the ship.
As
As Star said.
okay, you're stopped when you reach the gangplank and go to step onto it. One of the crew members who was on the ship. Halt! Who are you?
Echo's gonna look up at Adam and smile a little bit.
Look up at who? Sorry.
Oh, whoever's saying that to him.
It's just one of the lower crew members, not an officer. Are you just gonna smile?
He's gonna revert back. Right in front of him.
Oh fuck!
Hmm.
Okay. And that
you see this?
exclamation causes all three of you to turn and look. As one of the crew members kind of takes a skip back from the edge of the ship, and you look down on the gangplank and you see Echo.
Why is he running away? It's just Echo.
That wasn't Echo a second ago.
What do you mean Echo wasn't Echo?
Did you drink last night?
A little.
Okay, I think you need to go
I think-
sober up.
But it
Hey, you can have an extra set of rations today if it makes you feel better.
oh, and he immediately looks to Noodle.
Sure.
And he goes I was told I could have an extra an extra ration of rum.
All right.
I don't think we met rum.
No.
Should have specified.
That's okay. We're just gonna let it go. Let's let him get drunk.
I was thinking food, but I'm.
Oh.
Give an inch, he takes a mile, right?
Yep.
Well, do we want to go to the orchards now?
We
Living
can
here
do
to the
that,
orchards,
or we can
perchance?
stop at the guard post on the way and run this by the captain.
Before we do that, I have something to show you guys.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
And I pull out the medallion.
Okay. If I remember correctly, the medallion was a crossed anchor and dagger?
I have a sword crossed over an anchor.
Sword.
With,
there we go.
on the back is a grape
Ivy,
circle wreath.
ivy wreath. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, this small metal medallion is seemingly an identification, maybe of some kind. To the rest of you, it's not any form of coin. That's for sure.
like a member's pass. Got
You
it.
don't know.
All right. Well,
Can I see what
where
it's
did you-
made of?
get this.
It's made out of copper.
Copper, okay.
Did she say where she got this?
No, I didn't. I just showed it to you guys.
So, where did you acquire this at?
You know the guy that stopped us and pulled us into the alley? Yeah, I kind of killed him and took it from him.
Echo's just gonna raise his eyebrow and be like, "Oh,
Yeah, it was accidental, but yeah.
High five!
Sure you're not related to the pirate lord?
Yeah, I
Hey.
don't know.
That guy picked the fight. She did her job, finished
Yeah,
it.
exactly. I just followed him to question him, but that didn't work, so this is what I found.
Well, good job on that. That guy was long gone when we took off carrying Mira.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, that's why I ran off. Sorry.
It's all right. Everyone's in one piece. We're good. So, what do you guys want to do? Just so you know, the mayor and the captain of the guards has said if we kill anybody else, we will be in further trouble.
Okay, then let's try not to kill anyone else.
I'll do my best."
I mean, if they attack me, what am I supposed to do?
Well, apparently we just have to knock them out.
That's so lame. Okay.
Tap
Uh.
slightly lighter with your hammer.
I'll try and make my arrows blunt then.
Mayor, are you talking about a small but oddly big halfling?
Yes, that would be the mayor.
Oh, so that's who that was. Duly noted.
So how long have you
She
been
had quite
following
the air
us?
about her.
Long enough.
You didn't want to break us out of jail last night, or help us out any?
The fact that you two are the only ones that ended up in a cell says enough.
I was a cell of my own
bleeding.
making.
Bleeding after running your mouth. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Next time, you should help us look for Noodle.
Clearly, she's the most capable one here.
Oh, thank you.
So that's another reason to find her. We're better off with
Didn't
her
have to.
around.
Didn't have to.
Oh well.
Clearly, she made do on her own.
All right, let's not argue semantics. Let's try and figure out where this prick is so we can move on.
With
I'm
that,
about tired of this town.
I assume you begin moving southeast through the city. Basically along the same street that you took to get here. The main street that leads to this dock. Well, you had to go back to the main street through town, but once you onto that is the same street that you take to get from the guardhouse to here. So, as you
While
are,
we're
whether or not you are,
Can I look around to see if I see that suspicious guy watching us?
sure, it's been a minute. I'm gonna have to ask you to roll again.
That's always bad news. Alright, here we go. Hey! Not bad
Hey.
news.
Okay. Yeah, down on the docks as you are walking off the ship, and as you walk in farther into town, you do see that same man who is basically just trying to act nonchalant while also staying out of sight. And not obviously, but very much keeping an eye on you.
Hey guys. So, not to just everybody look right at him. We've been, there's an eagle around.
I look up in the sky.
Well. I'm just gonna keep walking.
Oh, that failed. So I have no clue what she's talking about.
Echo definitely
far as
does,
you
but
know,
he's not gonna.
As far as you know, you're looking for an eagle. So
Yeah. I look up in the sky as well.
Echo kind of gets the picture, but he's not gonna look around because. No, I'm not gonna look at someone that's following us.
But see,
No.
you caught on to my message. I just needed at least one person to catch it. We're
Oh
good.
no, Echo definitely does. No, he's just not gonna look at the person.
but yeah,
But I'm gonna
you
think
will
that
notice.
everybody understood me.
Fair enough. You will notice, Mira, that person does slowly follow you as you go into the city.
Alright. Do I see anybody else around that looks to be doing similar things?
Nope, just the one.
Alright. Okay. I'm gonna just leave it at that.
And no matter whether you're going to the orchard or to the guardhouse, this is the same way to get there. So you begin traveling through the city, and as you are traveling, are you going to plan on stopping at the guardhouse, or are you going to continue to go past?
I don't trust the guards, so I think we should just go to the orchard. But Chum, if you really want to go see them, that's fine with me.
No.
I might wait outside.
Being
They
a
don't like
guard
me
of
there.
sorts. I think we ought to go see him, but that's just my opinion.
Well, then I don't see
For all
why
we know, we
shouldn't.
might be dealing with a serious crime boss over here.
Alright, well, let's go then. Any objections?
I don't know.
As
Alright,
long as
well.
they don't point weapons at me, I'm fine.
Yeah, they like doing that.
As you approach the guardhouse, there is, as before, guards who are posted on the outside of this enclosed practice training area. And as you approach, they look up. How can I help?
I'm here to see the captain.
Why?
He's expecting us.
Captain expect anyone? And he turns to the other one. As far as I'm aware, although you guys were just the people who just left, right?
Yep.
What's he expecting you for?
Discussing investigation with him.
Stay here a minute. He goes inside. Doesn't take long, with the other guard kind of just staring at you. And there is a few guards who were practicing within the practice field who have since picked up their actual weapons, but kept them at their side. They're just mainly just watching. Doesn't take long before that one comes back. You found your party? You got that image? That portrait?
We do.
Alright, hand it over.
Am I gonna get this back?
Once we pass it around,
Oh,
it's
okay.
not like the guard captain knows every criminal in the city. We're much more likely to know than he is.
I hesitantly give him the photo.
Alright, come back later and I'll get this back to you if you want it, but I gotta pass it around and there's a shift change coming up. We can ask them too.
Alrighty. Oh.
With that, go ahead.
Oh, nothing. Go ahead.
Hopefully someone has a good description of this guy in their head, just in case if we lose that portrait.
Do you need to look at it?
Yes.
Okay. He hands it back to you.
I'm looking at the picture real hard. What's it look like again? I don't know where I wrote it down at.
He has a thin mustache and a goatee, squinty eyes, dark hair. That's it. That's what I have in my notes.
Yep. His face is relatively thin. He's not chubby at all. You can see like the facial, the bone structure of his face fairly decently. But yeah, that's basically kind of what you got.
Alright. And then I'm gonna give it back.
Okay. The guard then takes it and walks in. As he's passing by a few who are in the practice field, he kind of like shows it to him and is murmuring. But seems like they're gonna look at it and see if anybody recognizes him.
Alright, what do we want to do in the meantime? We can head for the fields and come back.
I think that should be the plan, to go to the orchards. Since we know he was seen there.
That medal of noodles is still bringing curiosity to me.
I mean, maybe we can find something about these grape wreath back.
Well, we can always ask the guards since they are local.
Again, I don't.
With this, do you move on?
I think so.
Yeah, she doesn't want to show it to the guards, so.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't trust him.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Echo
within
gets that
sight
clue.
of the guardhouse is the eastern gate. So
Okay.
that leads out into the orchard. So it takes you literally all of minutes to get to the gate, and as you the gates are opened, and you see various people, primarily like workers, who are passing through the gate, both into the city and out. But beyond the gate, you can see orchard after orchard after orchard of exotic fruits and other foodstuffs that grow well in a tropical climate.
Okay.
And as you begin to walk out amongst these, you see workers who are tending to the trees. Some seem to be harvesting some of the various fruits among there, while others are preparing and planting new trees. Seemingly, an orchard is in the process of being grown. You do see ahead of you near the corner of where that orchard is being grown, a cluster of people. Uh, uh, a few of them have much more elaborate clothing than the workers do, and they appear to be like all looking at a small easel that has been placed there with. It's facing away from you, so you can't really see what it is. But they're all pointing and pointing at the orchard and talking amongst themselves. What looks to be a human, two humans, and a wood elf.
Trying to recall, was there someone in particular we were looking for out here, or is it just someone of this description was seen here?
The information you had from the inn that you stayed at, you didn't stay there. You
Went there for
patroned.
brunch.
Yeah, you patroned the inn, and in their investigations for you, since you pay a lot of money and they're a rich place, they said that the some of the people who source their food for their kitchen had seen the man you were looking for in the orchards, seemingly talking to another man who looked relatively similar to him.
Okay. Any of these fine gentlemen looking at the easel happen to match this description at all?
No.
Okay.
But as you are slowly walking deeper into the orchards and getting closer, you do see some of the workers around them are looking up and looking at you, and one of them mentions something to the three, and they kind of look up. Who's that? Who are you? Why are you here? These are the orchards owned by the mayor.
By the mayor.
Yes, the mayor owns the orchards. They hold them in trust for the merchant patron.
Okay. Does anybody else
Well,
want to say
who are you?
What was that, Mira?
I was asking if any of y'all wanted to say anything.
I was thinking about letting someone who's a little more into investigation start doing this investigating.
Oh no. I'm just gonna cower behind you guys.
Well, we are looking for a gentleman that was seen here a few days ago. You wouldn't happen to want to help us find him, would you?
Why would we ever want to? And he kind of pauses as the wood elf, who, now that you get a closer look at him, he's old. And old for an elf. Elves are usually very hard to tell their age because they seem to be eternally young for the most part. And this one looks old. So that's something that most of you haven't seen, if any of you. He's even so much as that he has a slight curvature to his back and to his spine, so he kind of leans forward as he peeks around the human who has been loudly addressing you so far. How can I help you?
I don't mean to be.
You're looking
rude.
for someone?
Why are you working at your age?
This is my life's
Mira.
work, young lady.
No. I don't mean to offend. Are you
This is
choosing
my
to
passion.
be out here? Okay, I just want to make sure you're happy and you're not forced to be out here.
No, my dear. I appreciate the sentiment.
Okay. Well, yes, we're looking for this man who's supposed to give us some work. He's pretty thin. He's got a thin mustache and a goatee, some dark hair. You haven't seen anybody like that around here, have you?
I mean, that's could be describing a few people. Um, do you know why you're looking? Like, what work are you looking for? Almost everyone here is working with me.
Oh, it's for our ship. We're transporting some goods.
Transporting? Are you transporting some of our fruits?
I don't think so.
Um, hmm. Wait a minute. Were you directed out here, or because he works out here?
Somebody
Or
just
were
said
you
they
direct-
saw him out here, and we haven't been able to find hide nor tail of him anywhere.
You said thin, goatee, mustache.
Dark hair. His
I,
mustache is
I,
pretty
I,
thin too.
I hesitate to be rude, but just shifty looking,
What'd you
Possibly.
shifty.
say? Yeah, a little bit.
I may know of who you speak. You say he doesn't work out here?
I don't believe so. I could be mistaken.
I'm fairly sure I know who you speak. Um, I'm fairly sure you're looking for Brizon. Brizon Shog. His son works here, and so he comes out every once in a while to talk to him. Go find Graham. Bring him here. What do you need Brizon for? You said you need him for work? If that's the case, then I'm afraid your work is not welcome here. His line of work is not welcome out here.
We just need to.
Okay, can I be frank, chum?
Hmm.
Can I be frank?
Sure.
Okay, we're not really looking for work for this guy. We're actually kind of tracking him down. He stole from our employers, and we're trying to. Or he attempted to steal from our employers an artifact that went missing, and so we're trying to find out why he was trying to steal this artifact.
He straightens a little bit. That sounds much more Brizon's style of work. You said he was searching for an artifact?
Yes.
Or attempted to steal? I see. Well, I unfortunately can't I unfortunately can't help you with that. I know Bazan comes out to see Graham, and occasionally, and he is up to no good. I'm very proud of Graham myself for staying away from his father's line of work. And bright young man, a promising future in agriculture. Oh, there he is now. If you'll give me one moment, please. And he kind of slowly walks over to where a young man, also very thin but toned. Like he's thin, less due to like not doing much or not eating or anything, and more just a body style. His body style is thin, but you can definitely see from his bronzed tan skin and the muscles that he has, which are well defined, that he definitely works hard out here. And he's approaching us like, Fenorin, what's the matter? What you said you wanted me? Oh, come here, son. And he kind of turns Graham away from you all and begins speaking to him in a low voice.
I want to try and listen in.
Go ahead and roll me your perception.
Me too.
Oh god.
Hey, what can I say? Nice 24, Blazer.
That's a nat 20.
Okay. Maisie and Mira, as the others, as Fenorin, now you know his name, Fenorin and Graham are talking. The others who were already at the easel begin to talk about the plans and how they're planning on building out this orchard. And that kind of prevents you from being able to listen in too well. Chum and Blazer, you are able to kind of ignore that conversation that's going on near beside you and kind of listen in over to. Chum, you get more of a general gist of the conversation than anything, but so you don't get the exact specifics. But Blazer, you hear in almost like a quiet whisper. These people are looking for your father. You must not um, lead them directly to him. Give him an opportunity to leave, to get away. These people are investigating things that your father has done, and I do not wish to harm to come to him or you. So, keep your nose clean. Keep yourself away from the organization, and if you can, just let them go on their way. Okay.
Echo's gonna smirk.
That's fine. Um, I don't understand. You don't need to, son. You don't want to be a part of that world. Your father seems to have gotten himself into trouble, and I don't want you mixed up in it. So, they're going to ask you about your father, answer their questions, but do not lead them to him. Do not tell him where he lives. Do not do anything that would cause you or your father harm. Do you understand? Yes, Fenor. Yes. Good boy. And he kind of turns. This is Graham Shog. Like I said, hard-working young man, making a life for himself in the wonderful world of agriculture. They're looking for your father. Sure. What do you need my father for?
Information.
He is not a well-learned man. I'm sure any sort of knowledge that you might be seeking from him, he most likely does not know.
Oh, young man, I assure you, he does.
He kind of like pauses, and like his words kind of just hitch in his throat. I
Look,
don't want to know what you mean.
we don't want any harm coming to your father. I mean, hell, I hardly want to be involved at all. We just want to talk to him, and nothing more.
I'm sorry, but I do not understand why you are sounding so hostile. I'm just answering your questions.
No, I apologize. It's just how I speak.
Okay,
We're looking for an item that your dad was also looking for, and so we just want to compare notes.
oh, well, I took up working out here in the orchards to stay away from my father's business.
Yeah, I don't want to get you involved. Could you just like point us to where he might be residing at the moment so we can go talk to him? Like, we don't want to get
I
you in
mean,
trouble.
to be honest, he with his work, he really doesn't stay in one place.
Yeah, but he's your
Um,
dad. I'm sure if you wanted to see him, there's a place you could go that he would know to look to see if you were there.
we
You're telling
I
me
just
right now something bad happened and you know you needed your dad? You have no idea where to go for him? That is bad parenting.
I have my friends here and the other workers in the orchard. My father is happy that I am not following his footsteps, and has, for the most part, just left me live out here. And occasionally he visits, and I appreciate his visits, but his world and mine are very different.
So you're telling me you're not nosy enough to know where he's at?
Not nosy enough to risk my life. No,
Can I see if he's lying?
absolutely. Roll insight.
All right. I just want to know if he knows. Hey!
He is lying. He is very nervous. He is obviously not good at lying. And is he knows more than he's letting on, but he's not lying, and he knows more than he's letting on.
All right.
But
Can I
one thing
level
that
with
he's
you?
not lying about
Is being scared?
is that he does not want to be involved in his father's life, like in his business, in his work. Um, he he knows more than he's telling you, but he is absolutely telling the truth in that he is out here in the orchards to stay away from what his father does.
Okay, can I level with you? One last question. Or just
By all
hear me out
means,
one last time.
of course.
So, your dad's looking for this artifact that a lot of people are probably looking for. We're also looking for this artifact. So that also means there are more people looking for this artifact. Now, we might have gotten a fight the other day, but that's because somebody tried to hit us. We don't hit first. So
I don't know anything about.
I know. Just hear me out. There are gonna be other people looking for your dad, and they're not as nice as us. So I'm just asking you to point us in his direction so we can compare notes and let him know he needs to get the heck out of Dodge. Not only for his safety, but for your safety. So would you please point us in the right direction?
I I honest I honestly can't tell you. I really, this is kind of making me uncomfortable. I don't have the answers you're looking for, and I don't. And at this point, Fenorin steps up. It's okay, son. It's okay. I believe this line of questioning is at an end, please. It's very obviously making um, it's very obviously making Graham uncomfortable, and I don't appreciate the my workers being uncomfortable in their workplace.
Alright, well, we don't have any more questions, and I'm gonna kind of
Well, I do.
pull the group with me. I'm gonna kind of like pull you a little bit and start turning away.
Noodle gets pulled off. So that's fun.
Yeah, I'm just kind of pulling on you, man.
I mean, Noodle doesn't have to.
You don't have to. You can still fight me
accept
back
that.
and not get pulled, and I'll let you go. Like I'm not gonna pull you against your
I
will.
don't fight you. I don't fight you.
All right, so we all kind of walk away, just a little bit.
I
It all depends if Chum is walking away or not.
Yeah, I doubt you can drag him.
Yeah,
All right,
I'm
cool.
just like nudge. It's like hint, hint, wink, wink. Walk with me.
Yep.
Echo's gonna look at the whole Noodle being pulled away, shake his head for a moment, and then turn back and look at Fenorin.
Benorin, yeah.
Fenorin, yeah.
May Melora smile upon you.
May Melora smile on you.
He's gonna wait for his party to get some distance away. Fenorin, was it?
Oh, did you stay behind and talk to or
Yep.
talking to Fenor?
Yep.
Sure. Yes. Yes.
I know you're protecting the boy, but us being here already did enough damage. His father already wants. His father and his crew already want us dead, as it is.
You see his face, the aged face of wrinkles and time, firm and set. Any who seek harm in these orchards will end up watering the trees, and that includes you.
By all means, I have no intention of hurting the boy, you, or your work. Just know what's coming, just from us being here as it is.
And I suggest you leave.
And Echo will bow and leave. And quickly catch up to the party, because obviously he knows shit.
And it's weird, Echo. Actually, it's not weird to you. To you specifically, it's not weird. That firm face of resolve and threat immediately softens again to a kind old man.
Yep.
Come, Graham, come.
So as Echo comes back to the group, I'm gonna be leaning in, whispering real quiet. So, that boy, he's lying. He absolutely knows where his dad is. I am not the best at sneaking, but I assume one of y'all might be better than me. Y'all
I
should
might
go
be.
follow him, and find out if he gets in contact with his dad, where his dad's at, because he's gonna go tell him right now that we are on his ass.
You are definitely correct in that regard. Fenorin told him to shut up and not give us a damn thing.
Well, and I liked him.
Before our
Can't
questioning even happened.
Noodle mark him?
I mean, you could. It does require components for the spell. So you would have to try to hide the fact that you're casting it.
Okay, would that be a stealth?
Hunter's mark requires?
Mhm.
Well, just
Hunter's
casting
Mark
spells
requires-
in general.
Well, it depends. Let me look. Do you have what version of Ranger did we give you? Did we set for you? Is it is it a spell or is it a ability?
Oh.
So the marking ability is when you hit a creature, you can mark it. The spell, Hunter's Mark, which... Sorry, I'm looking at your spells. You do not have,
Yep.
because you have the marking ability. Would be able to be cast and then mark something, but you have the marking ability, which requires you to hit someone and then mark them. We'll keep that in mind, actually.
Yeah, okay.
Darn, she didn't touch him.
Yeah.
My bad. I pulled you away.
Well,
We need to
regardless, we're
tail
on a
him
time
somehow.
crunch. We're on a time crunch now. The moment that boy gets to his dad will be long gone.
So, I'm not very good at sneaking after people. That's not my strong suit. Any of y'all good at that?
I mean, I am. That's how I got away from the guards.
Well,
I
then
could assist Noodle in that regard.
I think y'all should go after him. And then where should we wait to receive information from y'all? Like, how do y'all want to tell us where to go?
That is a tricky part.
It is the tricky part.
What time of day is it?
At this point, it's getting towards... it doesn't take you long to get through the city, per se, so I'd say about really late morning to noonish.
So if someone were to light a small fire somewhere, would we be able to see the smoke? Or is it too bright out? Not see the fire, just the smoke.
Potentially, depending on how wet the wood is and such.
That would take a while too, though.
That would.
And that would kind of alert a lot of people that there's something going on.
That's true.
Especially with the guards already not favorable
Yeah.
towards us. The last thing we need is them stopping us once again.
Do y'all have
Well,
any other
my
ideas of how
guess-
y'all could get a signal out?
My guess is he's probably going to try to enter through another gate. So if we go through this gate and start heading for the next one down, we might be able to cut them off.
Yeah, but
If
then
you
he
guys
might
want a
not
tail.
go to where his dad is. I think we just need to let them go.
Well, let me rephrase, not cut them off, but maybe get to a spot where we can watch.
Question for you: are you guys leaving the orchards and going back into the city with this?
We're just kind of walking out of the orchards, but not necessarily going back to the city.
Okay.
To Mira's earlier point. That's not gonna be enough. Damn. Echo was gonna look around, see if our friend was still following us, but
I don't have any.
You don't see him.
yeah, no.
I could always like shoot up a light into the sky to get y'all, but y'all can't do that for me. I don't know.
That
Anything to
also very
signal.
something.
Yeah, anything to signal you guys would just result in unwanted attention.
So then, do y'all just want to go off and, or we could try to go with you, but we might be seen if we do that.
So, in terms of like group stealth,
Mm-hmm.
basically I'll set one DC, and then the entire group will roll, and the average of that roll is what I'll check against the DC.
Do we want to try that?
Or the other way we can do it is like it will then, if we do it a different way, it'll be set the DC and then number of successes versus number of failures, and whichever wins there
I think
will
that's the
determine whether you. Okay, if that's the way we want to run it, then that is
Does
how
everybody agree
group
with me?
checks will be done from now on.
Yep, I don't see an issue.
All right, so then we're just gonna agree to all try and go and sneak off and follow.
Alrighty.
Okay, let's roll the check, guys. See if we're sneaky.
So, are you trying to like stealth out in the orchards?
Yeah, trying to like.
And
Now that we're outside
okay,
of the orchard, sneak around to the other side to, like Chum was suggesting, to follow from the other entrance.
sure. So you're aware, the orchards spread out in almost a cone shape from the east gate. So none of the orchards actually approach any of the other gates. There are roads along the outside of the walls to get to the other gates, but and they're not really roads; they're more paths that have just been tramped down over time. But there is that, but like to the fastest way and easiest way to get back into the city from the orchards is through the gate that you came through. The other one would require you to go around the city in a way. And there
Then I
is both
guess
a
we
gate
want
to
to kind
the
of sneak back in.
there's both a gate to the northeast and to the southwest, but like I said, you would have to sneak around the city walls to get to them. So if you want to, you could probably set up in one of the what looks to be like one of the older looking orchards. However, there are workers who are working the orchards. So the stealth check would have to be pretty high DC if you're trying to stealth there. But if you just kind of to not be noticed by them specifically, right? If you're not caring if you're noticed by the workers and are just kind of trying to keep an eye out for Graham, then that would be a different scene.
Right.
About how many workers are there in the smaller, less those orchard areas?
So, from what you can see, there is the orchards are kind of split up into blocks,
Hmm.
and one of the older orchards is the two oldest orchards are right next to the city gate. As you are walking back towards it, you are surrounded by tall,
Mm-hmm.
stout trees that have been living here for decades, soon probably. Um, and the farther away you get from the gate, the newer the orchards become. The smaller the trees, the less not necessarily less organized, but less cultivated areas.
Would you say there's more workers in the older orchards since the trees are bigger?
Um, for the most part, the workers there seem to be maintaining or harvesting. But there is not a whole lot of cultivating happening here because it's already well cultivated. It's already set up, right? It's making sure that new invasive species of flora doesn't come in and like wreck the orchard. To make sure that there is no signs of rot or disease amongst the trees, and then the harvesting of the fruits that the trees provide.
Alright, so my thought is we should go over there to one of the older areas where the trees are taller. Maybe hit three guys, take their clothes. That way, from distance, we look like we work here. One of us can hide Noodle, and we sneak around that way.
I disagree with the plan.
Yes, no more violence. We don't need to get in trouble.
Yeah. I don't want to be hiding anymore.
Assaulting innocent people now.
Yeah.
I was just gonna knock them out and take their clothes.
So no.
They
As-
won't appreciate that. This is the mayor's orchard.
Yeah.
As all for I am for that, that is definitely on the riskier side of things.
Anybody got another plan?
I was just gonna hide in the trees.
I have my
If
own way to get
anything,
around, but leaving you all behind is not on my bucket list this time around.
well, if we want to
If you,
post one person on the outside of the wall and one person just inside the gate, or the rest of us just inside the gate. But out of sight, of course, to keep an eye out for this young man.
And to Mira's point, there's still the possibility of our unwanted guest still following us.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him. And I'm gonna look around.
Do I notice anyone
um,
that looks out of place?
nope, nobody out of place. You're surrounded by workers and such, but there is no shifty people who are trying to hide from you. No one specifically giving you any sort of extra attention, other than the fact that you're a group of strangers out in the orchards.
Yeah, I think we're clear at the moment. But we should get set up before this young man starts heading to his father.
You're right about that.
So what are we doing?
I'm thinking we have a Noodle kind of blend in out here, just outside the gate somewhere, that she can keep an eye on things. And we go through the gate so that they think we left.
Alright, so we're going into the city, and Noodle's gonna go look for the boy because we don't know where he's at right now.
Well, as far as I know, he's behind us talking to
I thought they were
the
walking
old man.
away.
Yes, you've slowly been walking towards the gate, but like, I think you don't quite understand when I say if it's not cultivated orchard, it is not easily traversable.
It's a very flourished area.
So
Easy for one to hide in.
this entire island is volcanic. And volcanic rock and dirt, or over time, what volcanic rock becomes volcanic dirt, is very rich in everything plants want.
Yeah.
So as you're looking towards like the edge of the orchards, when I said like they're preventing any invasive plant species from entering the orchard and fucking things up, they are actively hacking away at plant life that is slowly growing and encroaching in on the orchards.
Okay.
It is not so overgrown as that you can't traverse it, but it is definitely a more difficult endeavor, and it is the only thing that you will notice is that there is very sparse few trees, and from what you can see of stumps that are out in that area, that seems to be deliberate.
Any particular place our little hunter could hide?
Many.
Okay.
They can jump 15 feet up. They can go into the trees.
That's what my plan was.
They're also small enough that they can probably just hide behind a tree and be pretty good.
Yeah, that is true.
Like there is plenty of places to hide.
Well, my thoughts is that we keep on going down this road looking as if we're all going into town and have her take up a hiding spot to keep an eye out here.
I second
And
that
we'll wait
notion.
just inside the gate, out of sight.
Alrighty.
All right.
Okay. With that, go ahead and roll me a stealth check, Maisie.
Oh,
Oh, God.
Okay.
that one.
Out of all time.
I would say nothing happens right now.
Okay.
The rest of you go in. You go up into a tree, right?
Uh-huh.
These trees are like various forms of like tropical trees, and you're hiding up there, right? The rest of you go inside the gate and loiter nearby. And now is a good time to put in our break for about
Alright.
5 to 10 minutes,
Alrighty.
and we'll come back to see the ramifications of the rolls.
Alrighty.
All right, welcome back, both current and future viewers. Welcome back, players. We have left off with the party attempting to hide away to try to catch, or more appropriately, follow Graham. Graham Shock, who is the son of the man that they have been searching for this entire time. And they have split up slightly so that the rest of the party can go inside the city while Noodle hides up into one of the trees of the orchard. And as you complete this task, it does not take long, like 10 minutes. Basically, just long enough to make sure that you're not sticking around as best as they can. And then Graham is as close to jogging or running as he can while maintaining a walking speed. He is nervous. He is looking around constantly. He is appears to be trying to act nonchalant and just walk, but his energy is such that he keeps on like skipping into a couple jogging steps and then slowing down, and then skipping again into a couple jogging steps and then slowing down. And he is very obviously not used to anything like this. And he begins to pass by where you are in the orchard, Noodle. And he does not seem to see you or anything. And as he steps onto the other side of a tree, you lean forward to look, and you hear as the limb that you were standing on breaks out from underneath you.
Oh no. I'm gonna.
You fall. Okay.
I'm gonna try and catch myself.
Sure. If you're going to try to catch yourself in the tree, I would like an athletics check. Okay. So you do manage to catch yourself. Sorry. You do manage to catch yourself in the tree, and you're kind of hanging there by your hands as you hold on to a tree limb and are kind of dangling beneath the tree. But the branch continues to tumble down and falls down to the ground, and Graham jumps and immediately looks over and can see the tree branch that fell down, and then can somewhat see you, like, just hanging there in the tree. Fuck! And he bolts, running towards the eastern gate.
So he's going inside the...
He's going into the city.
Okay.
He's going. He's going. He's fast. He's leaving.
And
What do
we're
you
all we're all
Yeah, I'm gonna
outside of the
follow.
gate.
No, you guys went into the city
Oh boy.
to not be seen from outside
Right,
the
right.
gate.
Yeah. So we're just
He's running.
inside waiting for him.
Yep, you're just standing there waiting. You're like standing in an alleyway nearby, just kind of watching the gate, waiting for Noodle to come tell you where he went. Noodle, he's running. He's running. He's getting away.
I'm gonna I'm gonna try and follow him without him knowing.
Roll me a stealth check with, well,
What
at this, roll me a stealth check. High DC. Okay, so you manage to start running after him as best you can. You are slowed a little bit by trying to maintain the fact that he can't see you, and it's seemingly he can't, but he is still running. And he is looking behind him constantly, like checking. He doesn't seem to see you, and that seems to terrify him more as he continues to bolt. And he runs and he runs and he runs straight through the gate. The guards immediately call out to him, "Hey, wait!" as he just runs into the city. You guys see Graham just running through the gate. You hear the guards give their exclamations of wait and stop. But he ignores that and runs, and immediately a couple streets down, just like he's running down the main street. He's causing people to like shift out of his way rapidly. He's running through the streets. What do you do?
Can we try to
He's
sneakily
running.
chase after him?
He's going. He's running. Go ahead. Make a stealth check. This will be a group stealth between the three of you, because Noodle is already doing this. Okay, so as a group, you did not manage to stealthily follow him. So as you all bolt through and are trying to stick to the side streets, he looks back and manages to catch you, and he makes almost like a desperate squeal of panic as he immediately ducks in down to a side street up towards the northeastern side of town.
I think we're just following.
Is this an area where we know where we might be able to predict a... it's probably lots of alleyways. So
we
yeah,
see any
we'll just have to
signs of
continue to try and follow.
Are you slowing down to check?
I'm not.
Okay.
I want to travel on rooftop again.
Sure. I will say this. Everyone who is just following him and running, you follow him and you're running.
Mhm.
Anyone who is trying to keep an eye out for potential ambushes or something, you are going to be slower. You have a higher chance of losing him. Your DC checks to keep up with him will be higher. Noodle,
Alright.
if you go up to the rooftops, you're going to have to make a survival check to try to find the group again. Because you are going to be losing sight of him and the group when you go up. But if you can get up there and find them again, you will likely have a much easier time keeping up.
Okay. So it's survival, correct?
Yes. Okay. So you managed to find a nearby way to get up, a cart nearby, or any number of things that you could jump up on top of to get to the rooftops. And as you get up to the rooftops, you find that they've only managed to run down one set of alleys deeper into this neighborhood, and you are able to catch up relatively quickly. You are still going relatively stealthily. He still does not notice you. The rest of you, he is very aware of you. And he is ducking down streets, trying to lose you, but you all are fit adventurers who have, been doing this sort of thing for a while. I mean, between being a guard, a pirate, and training at a temple of war. So, you all keep up with him fairly easily. However, as things go on, I'm going to start having athletic checks to try to keep up.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
This is now going to be a skill check challenge.
All right.
So, as you begin running through the streets in this northeastern part of town, or more appropriately, just the eastern part of town, he runs back into an open street and then ducks across into another set of alleyways and begins to just try to get away from you. I would like athletics checks for everybody.
Is that including me?
Go. Lord have mercy.
Yes, that is including you, Maisie.
Okay.
Okay,
Please.
so, Maisie, because you're on the rooftops and because you have a ridiculous movement speed, you passed your DC. Chum, you are beginning to get waylaid by your size. You're bigger than everybody else here, and that means that more shit is in your way, and it's slowing you down a bit. You are still able to see the group, you're still able to see him, but you are now falling behind the rest of the group. Mira and Echo, you're keeping up. And he begins running and ducking through more alleyways. You guys pass what looks to be a strange inn that seems to have almost like a nest made of straw and wood up on top of it, as you run by, and you see many people gawking at you and looking around and looking and seeing this chase. And he begins running towards the main road that separates the east side of the city from the north. I need you to make another athletics check.
Yeah.
Dang.
Okay, Blazer, you're now beginning to fall behind. Even though you're a pirate and have done this sort of thing all your life, extended running, not so much that you have. It's not something you do a lot when you're on a ship in the sea. You're beginning to lag behind. You're beginning to fall back. Mira, you're just barely keeping up. Like,
Man.
your armor is starting to weigh down on you.
Feet.
Chum, you have found a second wind. You have pulled ahead and are now with the group as Echo has fallen behind. And Maisie, you are nearly caught up to him. You are nearly above him on the rooftops, still hidden from him. He still doesn't know that you're there. He then crosses the main street that separates the east from the north and begins going into the north side of the city, and is now in a much more alleyway filled and dark cornered area, and he begins to try to duck and hide and get away and break line of sight from you. At this point, I'm going to need you all to make an athletics check, and it's going to have a higher DC because you have to catch up to him before he ducks around another side.
Oh no.
We suck at athletics. Holy.
Okay, so everyone but Maisie begins to fall behind. Maisie with the advantage, Noodle with the advantage of you going over the rooftops, and it's much harder for him to try to duck and lose you in the alleyways amongst. You are able to keep up. You have not gained anything on him, but you are able to keep an eye on him as he falls, as he goes and runs. The rest of you are falling farther and farther behind, where you'll see him duck around a corner as you come around the corner to an alleyway. And that's all you have to go on, is that he went down an alley, and then hope that when you go down that same alley, you can see him again. With this, I need you to make one more athletics check.
So doomed.
Okay. Blazer, you lose him. You fall back behind everybody else. Mira, you're also losing him. You turn this corner and you don't see him. But Chum has powered ahead of both of you, and is seemingly at least keeping up with which alleys he's going down. Maisie, you begin to fall behind because all of these rooftops are beginning to get more treacherous as the construction is beginning to get older and more weathered. And it is causing you to have to slow down to make sure that you don't fall off or reveal yourself. You are still able to see him, but your DC is now higher. We are going to go into one final check. Go ahead and roll me athletics. Okay. Mira and Echo, you turn the corner and you just barely see Chum turning a corner he is pulled so far ahead of you at this point that you don't see Graham. You're trying to follow Chum, and that's beginning to get hard for you. But Chum, you have managed to push forward and almost have caught him. You're only a few steps behind him. And Maisie, Noodle, you have again regained your footing and have come up back to where you were. And as he sees you get this close, he immediately ducks down an alleyway in a panic to come to a dead end. And he turns around and faces you all as you slowly trickle in, the stragglers in the back following in. Look, I don't want any. Stop, please.
Tell us where your father is already. We're not wanting to hurt him. We're not wanting to run.
No. I was told not to.
Yes, we know you were told not to. However, your father has information we need.
I don't care. I'm not giving him up. He's my father. Please don't hurt me.
We have no intentions of hurting you already, otherwise we would have. Don't you understand?
No, not really. I just want to work in the orchards, marry my lover, and move and get a home away from everything that he does, and just live my life.
Well, then why are you giving us a hard time when you can already be on your way out of here? I can even make it worth your while.
Make
I'm
it
sure
worth
an
my
extra.
while. I mean, if I give him up, then the rest of the organization will come after me.
And how would they know you gave us any information?
They'll find out.
Look where we are. You have us in the middle of an alleyway.
I mean, we could always make it look like we forced it out of you.
Please don't hurt me.
No, just make it look like we forced it out of you.
I don't. Make a persuasion check. Or intimidation, either one.
Me
I would say Chum chooses. I will give him advantage because Mira was helping.
Okay.
But persuasion or intimidation, your choice.
Ooh, nice.
Trying to be a nice guy to this kid.
Look, I have to stay with my father. The orchard, like. Fenoran tries to pay me well, but like, there's only so much he can do to get me away from everything my father does. He can't pay me enough yet. I haven't saved up enough to get away. I don't want to be involved in
go? Take your lover and get off the island. How much?
She doesn't want to go. I don't necessarily want to go either. I have a good thing going with the orchard. I just don't want to be living with my father anymore. And that's all we need. And
how much is that?
I don't. To own a home. I mean, I get paid fairly well, but it's I get paid in silver and it requires gold. I'm not. Don't look. If my father or any of the others find out that I'm the one who told you, she might get hurt.
Well, we have no intention of telling anybody anything.
Is my father? I don't know. I don't even want to know. Okay. The main street, 2 alleys down. If you follow that until you reach, and he begins to describe to you the path to get to his father's home from him. It's still within the north end of the city, closer to the northern wall. And after he finishes his description, he just kind of slumps in defeat and weariness.
Thank you, young man. You did the right thing. Here is 1 gold now. If this information proves correct, go to the Pineapple Inn to collect your other part of your reward for assisting.
If you don't mind my saying so, I just don't want to ever see you again.
You won't see me. The innkeeper will have your reward.
Okay.
It'll help you pay for your wedding.
Thank you, I guess.
Now, work your way out of here as quietly as you can so we don't make the same commotion as we did coming in.
Goodness. I got away from you. Do you understand?
We never saw you.
Okay. If you don't mind, I would like you to leave first.
Alrighty.
As we're
And
leaving, I'm gonna grumble. Man, that slippery bastard. I can't believe we lost him out here.
let's see.
As you're leaving, you turn back to see that he is ducked behind some barrels or boxes or something that was within the alley, and you don't see him.
I'm using my perception to look around to see if there's any other unsavories around that we may not want to have knowing all this.
No.
Okay.
With that, you can distantly hear like what looks to be excited voices off of like people who are like, what was that? But it's several alleys away, and not necessarily a large group of people, but just people who were in an alley doing some transporting something, or were just taking a break or something and saw chase.
Been a lively city this week.
So what now?
I think we need to start making our way in the direction that we were given.
Okay. You make your way through the streets of Crow Harbor and through alleyways. It does not take you very long. It seems like Graham might have been running towards his father's house. And you come across it's not quite ramshackle. It's a sturdy home in need of some serious maintenance. It's not falling down, and there's not like any holes or anything like that, but like there is like some shingles missing. So the shutters have seen better days, but overall, it seems to be a fairly solid house. Located right next to a nearby alley, but still on a main street.
Any people loitering around?
You see farther down the street, there seems to be people who. It's now in the afternoon, and you see what seems to be maybe some people who got off work early, heading home, but no major traffic on the street.
Okay. I think we should probably investigate the alley side of this house. Maybe keep one person watching the front door.
I'll keep watch.
Okay.
All right. Is there
As
any
the rest of
entrances
you
to this house in the alley?
as the rest of you go into this alley, it does not appear that there are any entrances on the side of the house that is adjacent to this alley. But as you go deeper in, there is a small, basically, little cutout into the block of buildings that has several doors leading into the surrounding buildings of this. One that seems to be only accessible by this alleyway, but there is a door on the house that you have been directed to in the back here.
Anybody around?
No.
I want to check this door to see if it happens to be unlocked.
You walk up and jiggle the door handle. It's locked.
Okay.
Are there any windows?
Not back here in the alley.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
There were some windows on the front, and some windows towards the front of the house, like on the alleyway side, but towards the front of the house there was a window.
Any of you guys have any door opening skills besides my axe?
I got a
Yes,
hammer.
at breaking and entering.
One of you want to go around and check the front before we proceed with this entry?
Why not?
Should we?
So, Echo, you come back around to the front.
Mhm.
Okay. You come up to the front door. Are you just trying to see if it's locked or
Yeah.
door is unlocked?
Unlocked.
Yeah, door is unlocked. What's your passive perception?
I think it was 14.
Okay. You can, through the front door, you can dimly hear what seems to be a young feminine voice singing to herself.
Yes. He's gonna go around back to the others.
Okay. Noodle, you saw him come and go.
Okay.
You're now back around to the alley.
Well,
Unlocked, and someone's inside.
How do we want to approach this then? Did it sound like Bryson or whatever his name is?
No, it sounded feminine.
You think we should
They were
knock
singing.
On the back door or the front door?
the front?
All right, well, you guys go knock on the front door. I'll stay back here and watch this door.
Alright. Back to the front we go.
You call over Noodle, or?
No, we'll let her keep watch.
Okay. Noodle, you watch as Echo and Mira just walk up to the front door.
Okay.
I guess I'm just gonna knock.
One moment! You hear footsteps on the other side. And the door cracks open. Hello? There is a young woman peeking through. Dark hair, about a little bit longer than shoulder length. Also thin features. And while her eyes are not like squinted and shifty, they are bright, but the same color as Graham's.
Hi, we're looking for Mr. Shock. We're a friend from work. Is he here right now? He
My
told us
father's
we could
work
meet him
friends
here
don't
for
come.
lunch.
My father's work friends don't come here. Who are you?
Oh, my name's Mira. He didn't tell you we were coming?
No. Father? She calls back in vows. There's someone at the door. You said your name was Mira?
Yes.
Okay. And you begin to hear heavier footsteps coming forward. Someone named Mira. I don't know anyone of that. Sorry, incorrect voice. I don't know anyone of that name. And he kind of back away from the door. Back. And a man who is similar, who is recognizable via a portrait that you have stared long and hard at over many days, comes to the door. Who are? And he stops, sees who you two are. Shit! And closes the door.
Can
Or
I
tries to.
stop the
You-
door from closing?
Okay, give me an athletics check. Or a strength.
Strength check? Alright. Well, I am having a bad day.
You
It was
You
funny.
go-
I
I,
have a 19 in strength. This is below
I-
me. I have not gotten to be strong at all today. So,
you're somewhat caught off guard, and as you go to stop the door, he kind of just slams it on your foot. Not enough to actually damage you, but enough to sting a little.
hey, that's not very nice.
And he then. Sorry, give me a second. Where did I put? Okay, there it is. Run, Shannon! Run! And he seems to be holding the door as you hear light footsteps running deeper into the house.
Wait. We're not here to hurt you. Can everybody just chill out about getting hurt all the time? We wouldn't have fought your guys if they didn't try to fight us first.
You are not getting any response.
Look,
Around this time, Chum, you hear the door ahead of you unlock. Like you hear a deadbolt. And then you hear a click.
I brace myself for anything coming through it.
You see the door swing wide open, and a young girl, probably still in her late teens, looking behind her, takes a step out the door, then looks ahead and stops and screams. And immediately grabbing for the door jamb to try to stop her forward momentum and get back inside the house.
All right. Can I push my way in through the door and stop her from moving out as well?
I would say yes. It is not difficult with your size versus hers. She will try to, when you get up close, she will try to dash around you. I would say make... I'll give you the option. You can either try to grab her, or you can just try to block her way with your body.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try to block her at this time because I have no idea who she is.
Then give me, I would say, a competing dexterity check with her.
We suck ass today.
Okay, so you managed. You're positioning yourself to block, and she manages to go the other way really quick and begins running off down the alley.
All right. Well,
Meanwhile,
not much I can do about her.
as she runs, she also calls back, "Father, there's someone behind us!" Or behind the house, is what she says.
All right. I guess I'm gonna proceed through the doorway to see what's going on inside.
You walk through the rooms are kind of set up in a square almost, basically. There is no real hallways or anything. It's just kind of one room leads to another room, leads to another room, leads to another room. And as you walk through into what looks to be a kitchen, which is in this back room here, you can look to the side, and to one side you see a bedroom, and ahead through a doorway you can see what looks to be a common area, I guess you would say. It's got a table. It's for people to sit and eat and do whatever, right?
Nobody visible.
You hear Mira and the others coming from that, talking through the door from the front of the house. And as you walk, which way do you walk, I guess? No one
I'm
visible.
gonna close the door behind me and relock it.
Okay.
Is there anything around that I can use to block it, like a table or anything?
In the kitchen,
Anything I can
not
knock over,
particularly.
move, or anything?
Most things are there is a hearth with that you can cook over. You have cupboards and other things that are for storage, but there is not a whole lot of furniture in this room.
And just one path
Loose
out.
furniture. Two paths. One that goes to a bedroom to your right, and then ahead of you, what leads to towards the front of the house. What looks to be a table and chairs, or a common.
Okay.
Not quite a dining room, but a dining room.
I'm gonna sidestep to try and peer into the bedroom without losing too much sight on the kitchen.
Empty. You see 3 beds.
Okay, no closets or nothing like that.
No,
Armoire.
there is a series of chests and stuff, but and a dresser with like the one like decent piece of furniture that you see in the room is like a dresser with a mirror on it, and it's next to the only made bed in the room.
Okay.
Well, actually, not
Right.
the only made bed, but the bed that's made the nicest.
All right. I'm gonna call out Brisen's name and say, "Where are you at? We need to chat. We need a little talk."
You hear muttered expletives coming from the front of the house.
I'm gonna move towards him.
You see, basically, trying to barricade the door with his body, the man you recognize from the portrait. He is of an average height for a human. Like early on into his middle-aged years, very like whipcord thin. It's the squinty eyes, the dark hair. Like he does not look like he's going to hold this door very well if anyone's actually trying to push through it. But he is trying to hold it. And he looks back at you and he kind of gets a wide-eyed look. What did you do to my daughter?
I didn't do anything to her. She's gone. I'm not here to hurt you or your children.
Why have you been trying to find me?
Because we have some questions for you.
He kind of
So
stands
move
up
away
from
from
the.
the door.
Yeah, he's already
and let
He's
them-
already standing up from the door and like backing away.
Echo's
You
instantly
see-
opening it.
You see in this room, now that you're in it, there is what looks to be another door that leads to like the fourth room of the house. That seems to have it's more of a den or a study almost, but not for an academic person. It holds a set of armor. There's some weapons that are set up on the walls. There's papers and scrolls, on a nearby desk, but no like books or tomes. And that's in the
So-
other room.
Okay. You made a mistake. You sent people to rob my employer. I want to know why.
I want to know who told you.
Doesn't matter. They can't talk anymore.
I want to know who told you where to find me.
That was quite the feat. As you know, we had to go through quite a few of your men. Fortunately, one of your men talked before his last breath. So now, you need to tell us what we want to know.
Why would I sign my death warrant?
That's just it. We're not here to kill you.
You wouldn't. You're not the one who would enact it.
Then who is?
Those who hired me.
Those are...
Why would I tell you if they would kill me when I tell you?
And how would they know that you told us?
Well, seeing as how you barge into wherever you go, I can't imagine you'd be very subtle about trying to follow up.
Well, such is a life sometimes. Life can be pretty flashy. But that is neither here nor there.
Did the
So we
rest of
can
you
do
come
this
into the
the
house by now?
easy way or the hard way.
As he's considering this, did the rest of you come into the house?
Yes.
Yep. Echo's opening the door, letting Mira in, and then closing it behind him.
Noodle, are you staying
As,
out?
Yeah, I'm still keeping watch.
as you can imagine, obviously I don't want to hurt you. I didn't hurt your child as she ran out the door. I didn't even lay a hand on her, where I very well easily could have if that were my intention.
Not harming the young is not as good of a boast as you believe. That should be a fucking rule. As much as I know it's not. So I appreciate it. I guess.
So, are we going to have a conversation, or do we have to take this elsewhere?
We might not be
Are
very
we-
quiet leaving here, taking him elsewhere, so everybody would be bound to see them.
Not if we put him in a barrel.
There's no need to leave. As of right now, unless you marched up with your usual bugle flares, no one should know you're here, which keeps me safe to an extent. Not from you, but if you're truly not going to harm me, then I don't seem to need to worry about that now, do
Then
I?
here's a great place. Do you have any tea?
Report. No, of course we do.
Great, because I find it's easier for people to talk to each other over tea, not standing in the hallway looking at each other threateningly. Can you point me to the direction and I'll make us some?
The kitchen's back over there.
All right, thank you. And I'm gonna go into the kitchen and start making everybody tea.
There is a bunch of cupboards.
Yeah, it's probably gonna take me a minute to find the tea, but I'll find it eventually.
Okay. I was paid to do a job. Wasn't given a whole lot of details.
Sounds familiar.
I didn't even have to go on it myself. Just had to get people who were not important to go hunt something down, something that's stolen.
Stolen from...
That's the part that will get me killed if I tell you.
Or it could be the part that lets you live.
Thought you said you weren't gonna hurt me.
Oh, I'm not. Unfortunately, your shenanigans upset some very high people that are far and more unsavory.
Where did that bastard run to?
Oh, just into a den of pirates.
that narrows it down. The fact that that you're here, following up, narrows it down farther. The time it took, probably the Haven.
Perhaps.
Did the idiots break the rules?
Very much
More
so.
than you think.
They
Hence,
didn't.
we are here.
I didn't tell them to do that. That was on them, not me.
That's why I've tried to keep this rather civil.
But
Unfortunately,
you
you are a
still want
hard
to know
man to track down.
I try. And more appropriately, you are loud. Easy to hide.
I find my targets in the end.
Obviously. You find the tea.
Alright, I'm making tea. Hey, where are your cups at? I'm gonna holler from the kitchen.
Is she really making tea?
She is.
Yes, she is.
Oh,
Now-
found them!
Just between us, I would say that to cover your tracks here, if you give us the information we need, we can set up a, as we like to do, transportation job. So this is all business. No blood has been shed. There shouldn't be any questions.
Transporting what exactly?
We don't ask questions about what's transported. We simply move it from place A to place B.
I'm confused. Are you offering to work? Or are you saying
This would be a cover for the information you're giving us so that they don't know we're here for said information.
Alright, I'm gonna walk in with a tray of tea for everybody, and I managed to find some little biscuits too. And I'm gonna set them out and start passing out teacups.
thank you, I guess, for helping yourself to my home?
Oh, you're welcome.
So can we get down to business?
If you're not looking to harm me, then what are you offering in return for my information?
Well, if you give us the information now, we won't have to put you in front of the pirate lords.
So it is the threat of harm, just not from you.
Yes and no. Like I said, we also have a business to run. So we can make this all business. If you have something that needs moved, we can say the first one is on the house.
if I tell you, my life here will become very difficult.
Again, who is going to know that you told us what you know?
The job came through official channels. What that means to you is it came from the governments, not the crime syndicates.
So
That's why my life will
the
become
merchants.
difficult. Yes. You see why they would make my life difficult?
Well, again, that would be a matter of them knowing that you told us anything.
So what I really want to know is when they hired you to steal back this item, so they're claiming, did they just tell you to hunt a man down, or did they give you any ways to track this item?
Give me a name? Well, not a name, an alias, and a portrait of him. A portrait of the object that they were supposed to find, and told me, and I was told specifically to find people who would not be missed after the job was done.
So whoever they sending, they weren't wanting to come back alive. So they didn't tell you anything about the artifact then, because they don't want anybody that's seen it to live. Okay. Well then, we might have helped the pirate lords with this one, but this feels like a dead end to me.
It wouldn't have happened to be the mayor, would it?
Fenorin. Fenorin's the one who contacted me through my son.
It was the
It came through official channels, and I doubt Fenorin cares. So it's more likely that he was told to by someone else. That's all I know.
And you don't have any particular hunches on who it might have been?
There's only a few people that Fenorin cares about or listens to. At least in terms of the merchants.
And who would those be?
The people in power who pay him, who let him do his little pet project here.
So that is the mayor, because those are her orchards.
Maybe. Or it could be the merchant patron himself. And the guard. But somebody high up.
Okay.
Fenorin doesn't do this kind of thing.
Yeah, it didn't
There's-
seem like his cup of tea.
The usual methods involve more go-betweens. He skipped all of that. For official work, you understand. It's not a tightly kept secret around here that the reason why this organization exists so freely is because we do official work from time to time.
Explains why they didn't want us hunting your men.
I don't know who knows. I don't want anyone who does know to find out that I told you.
Well, we have no interest in having a dead man. So, is there anyone in particular besides Fenorin you think he would get his orders from in this instance?
If he did it as a favor, it could be any number of powerful people in the city. If he did it as an official capacity, then that leaves less options.
I think we should leave.
Yep, I think that
I was
feels what
very
we need.
frank with Fenorin, and if he might be off blabbing to whoever employed him, what
What
we're
did you
looking
say?
for. I told him we were looking for some thieves who tried to steal an item that we were also looking for. I told him everything.
Fuck.
So we need to leave.
You see? You bubble around like a fucking whale, and it fucks everything up.
But instead of sending your minions, you could have just met us in the alley and we could have hashed it all out then and none of this would have happened.
I don't send minions. I'm not a person of power here. I'm a middleman, an enforcer. That's all. The people who were sent after you because you were asking questions, not because of me.
Well, then
You were
I'm
investigating things that you didn't have any business to be a part of. I just happened to be the thing you were investigating.
Well, we're in a little bit of a pickle then. So,
It's only
if
a
I
matter of
recall,
time.
we were only here to get the information. I don't Alright, side noting here.
No, I think we need to
Why did we
leave.
come here originally besides to find this guy?
To find this guy and find out why or who was sending people to break the neutrality, and then your employer wanted you to find the artifact.
Okay.
And the best way to find the artifact is to try to trace its history.
Alright. Well, this is totally up to you then. So, if you want to collect your daughter and a couple important items, we might be able to simply whisk you out of here so you don't have to worry about any backlash on you.
Yes, I fear we've ruined your life here. I think you might want to accept
You
passage on
think?
our boat.
So, like I
Where
said,
will
we
where would you-
transport.
To where?
Your choice. As long as it's not too far.
We can take you to another island. We can take you somewhere a little more secure where you might be able to start up some new work.
He kind of like turns back towards the room. I'm going to get equipped. Is that a problem?
No problem with me, as long as we can do this quickly. Being that your daughter went running down the alley and I have no idea where.
I know.
So,
He begins to turn to go get equipped. Noodle.
Yes.
You see a few workers who seem to be walking home farther down the street reach an intersection and then seem startled and surprised. They make an exclamation, which is what pulls your attention. And they immediately back up and back away. as you see what looks to be a dozen guards beginning to make their way down the street
Towards me?
towards the house.
Okay. Um. I go up to them and ask if they have, if there's a problem.
So you leave your
Yes.
not necessarily hiding place, but
Lookout spot. Yeah.
Okay. So you begin to walk up to them.
Mhm.
As you begin to get closer, one of them calls, "Don't come any closer. Get out of our way."
I stop and step aside.
They begin to walk past you.
Do I notice anything odd about them?
All of them are gripping their weapons.
So they're ready for a fight. Correct.
Seemingly.
Okay. I will sneak around and go to the back door and like knock.
That's either going to be a race in which they'll see it, or you're going to have to be real sneaky. You're real sneaky.
Alrighty.
As they are approaching the house, and like they slow down, like just outside of like easy view from the house, and like are standing there for a moment, seemingly preparing or talking amongst each other. As you duck off into an alleyway and try to get around them, and you manage to successfully get around them, and you are now in the alley at the back door.
Yeah, I'm gonna knock and try and tell them that it's me. In a way.
You hear it in the back door.
Echo's walking to it, since these two are the ones discussing with the guy.
It's locked.
He's gonna unlock the door and crack it open, see who's outside.
You see Noodle.
I quickly say, guards in the front, they look like they are ready for a fight. Quickly. What do you want to do?
You gotta be fucking kidding me. Echo's instantly gonna let Noodle, open the door if Noodle wants to come in, and then walk to the others.
Okay.
And quickly just first show them Noodle's here, and second yeah, turns out letting his daughter run. Now we have guards at our front door almost.
She wouldn't have went to the guards. They're here for another reason.
All right, it's
He
time
immediately like holsters the weapons that he was like attaching the shoes to. He slides the weapons home into his sheath, and immediately, "We need to go now," and begins to try to push past you.
Couldn't agree more. And Echo will just follow him.
Okay.
to go. All right, out the back door we go.
You all go out the back door. I'm going to all need you to make stealth checks, as the guards are now approaching the front of the house.
Oh.
Damn it, all to hell.
Hey, a good roll.
Okay. Well, thankfully, you have a thief with you that swings it the other way. Okay. So as you begin to leave, you hear the rush of metal armor and metal-clad footsteps as guards begin surrounding the front of the house. And as you duck down the alley, the last person to do so as they look behind them, sees guards going around to the backside of the house, and immediately you can hear from the front a loud, rough voice calling out, "Brazan Shog! Come out with your hands up! You are under arrest! Come out now, or we will come in and forcefully remove you!" As you begin to sneak away, you hear behind you, maybe 5-10 seconds after that call was done, the twin smashing of doors.
Delightful.
Brazan is
We have to get out of here quick. You have any idea where your
running.
daughter ran to?
He is already running.
No. I figured we were running with him.
Yes, you're running with him, but he kind of looks to the side. Yes, I know.
Well, let's get there and get out quick.
A few alleyways down, there is another little a cubby hole, essentially, in the side of the alley where a couple of the buildings gives space for a dead end and such. And he runs over. Come on, it's me. Come on, we gotta go. And his daughter peeks her head from around a series of barrels. What? What do you mean? Why are they with you? Don't have time. We have to go. Now. Oh, okay. And he then looks to you all. To your ship?
Yep. Hopefully you guys have some cloaks to cover yourselves.
Better than that.
The daughter looks shocked and unsure in the situation, and Brazan looks at you. You all saw what I left with. I didn't have time to grab anything. We're just gonna have to sneak.
Yep. Let's do our best.
You all begin making your way through the city. And it does not take you long, due to where you are in the city and being relatively close to the docks. Although it is the far docks is where your ship is. But you are led by a very well-versed in these streets Brazan, who makes it relatively easy to avoid guard patrols and quite frankly anyone, as he makes his way through the warehouses that make up the majority of this side of the district. And it doesn't take you long to slip into the slums for a brief few minutes before you come out to the docks where your ship is. Which one?
Alright. I'm sorry, what?
You told me these docks. Which one is it? Which ship?
That one over there.
Okay. Doesn't look any guards are guarding it or paying any particular attention. Listen to me, child. When we get close, I need you to act normal. Okay? Act like you're just taking a stroll. Right? Like you are supposed to be there. Do you understand me? I don't understand what's going on. I know. I need you to listen. Act like you're supposed to be there. Act normal. And just get onto the ship. Okay. After you. And he's turning to you all now.
Echo's going to the ship.
Yep, I am too.
I'm gonna look around and see if I notice that suspicious individual as we sneak our way to the ship.
Give me a perception. Okay. You see, as you sneak your way on, and at this point you're getting towards, like, it's the end of the afternoon going into the evening. You do see what looks to be that same gentleman, that same man who was watching you earlier and had tried to follow you through the city, is now, again, in almost the exact same spot, watching the ship.
As we go, I'm gonna point him out to Brazon and ask him if he knows him.
Not personally, but he's a member of the organization based on that action.
Alright, he's just been watching our ship for some time now.
Not surprised. Come. And he kind of pulls his daughter to his side and walks on the other side of Chum from that dude.
Yeah, I was gonna say I probably want to put myself in between them so that they're not spotted so easily.
When I get to the ship, I'm gonna let the crewmate that this guy is with us. And his
Okay. Go ahead, sorry.
and his daughter.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's
Hey.
prep the ship to get out of here.
We're leaving?
Yep, we're getting out of this forsaken place.
Thank goodness. All right.
I gotta go shopping for supplies first.
I don't think we have time for that. We might have to stop in the next port over. Or
So I will say you could have directed some of the crew to gather the supplies while you were doing this sort of stuff. It's usually one of the first things that a ship does is like resupply.
Okay.
In this instance, I will get back to you on how much all that would cost.
Okay.
We're just running out of time tonight, so.
Yep.
But yeah, you get onto your ship. As you prepare to leave, you send one of the crewmates to let the dock master know that you're leaving. Or do you not?
Yeah, we can let them know we're on our way out.
Okay. So, you
Just to keep things looking like they're on their up and up.
the crewmate goes out and then comes back, having let them know that you're leaving, and you begin to depart from Crow Harbor with 2 passengers in tow. Who knows where you're going to be headed next, per se? Just trying to get out into the open sea and away from the city. I believe with that, it's a good place to end tonight's session.
Sounds good.
Alrighty.
Thank you to our current and future viewers. Thank you to my wonderful players for participating in storytelling with me. And let all of you have a wonderful night.